For years, WNBA players have voiced their concerns about unfair salaries and demanded pay equal to that of their male counterparts in the NBA. But do they deserve it? Let's take a closer look by getting straight to the numbers. But before we do, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and watch till the end. The NBA, being a powerful force in the sports industry, raked in over $10 billion in revenue during the 2022 season. The average salary of an NBA player is approximately $7.5 million per season, but the top players can earn a lot more than that. Nikola Jokic, for example, is going to be the highest-paid NBA player in the 2023 NBA season, with an annual salary of $55.2 million. On the other hand, the WNBA's revenue pales in comparison, at a measly $60 million. That means that the WNBA fails to generate even 1% of the revenue that the NBA generates and could barely afford to pay Jokic's contract alone. Why is that, you ask? A fair question. Well, let's start with ticket sales and viewership. NBA games pull in a much larger crowd to the arenas, and far more people tune in to watch on TV. The NBA's average ticket price has been reported to range from $51 to $89, while the WNBA's price is only $17. But despite the ticket discrepancy, viewership isn't even close to comparable. On average, NBA games have around 18,000 people showing up to cheer on their favorite teams, while the WNBA struggles to reach an average of 6,700 attendees per game. That's a big difference in the number of people buying tickets and filling those seats. And you guessed it, TV ratings also tell a similar story. The NBA Finals in 2022 drew in a whopping 12.4 million viewers, and the average NBA game draws about 2 million viewers on television. On the other hand, the highest-rated WNBA game only managed around 852,000 viewers. NBA games are more popular, plain and simple. And you know what? All those fans coming to the games and tuning in on TV, they bring in a boatload of money. Now, let's talk about sponsorships and endorsements. NBA players are in a league of their own when it comes to landing those sweet deals with big brands. It's like they're living in a world of endless possibilities, while the WNBA players aren't all that marketable. NBA players have a massive following, everyone knows them, and their faces are plastered everywhere. That kind of fame attracts big brands like flies to… well, you get the idea. They want to be associated with those superstar athletes because it means more people will buy their products. So, you see LeBron James or Kevin Durant promoting shoes or energy drinks, and people eat it up. Their massive fan base and widespread recognition make them golden targets for endorsements, not just in North America, but all over the world. In contrast, do you know who Diana Taurasi is? Have you ever heard her name before this? I'm sure most of you haven't. Well, she's widely considered the greatest WNBA player of all time. However, WNBA player advocates will argue that they aren't asking for equal salaries, but that they want an equal revenue share of the NBA. The thing about revenue is that it doesn't always tell the whole story. And that is exactly the case when comparing the NBA to the WNBA. The financial struggles of the WNBA are no secret. Current NBA Commissioner Adam Silver confirmed that the WNBA has never turned a profit. On average, the league loses around $10 million each year. That means without the NBA subsidies, the WNBA would be hanging by a thread. I mean, come on. Tell me another business that has operated at a loss for 25 years consecutively and is still in business. You probably can't. As the financial burdens of owning a WNBA team become more apparent, owners are becoming less willing to take on the risks associated with operating these organizations. The average NBA team is now valued at an eye-popping $2.86 billion. And what's even more astonishing is that this value reflects a remarkable 15% growth from the previous year. This meteoric rise in value can be attributed to the immense revenues that NBA teams rake in. On the other side of the court, the WNBA's financial situation paints a contrasting picture. Let's take a closer look at one of the most valuable NBA franchises, the New York Knicks, valued at a staggering $6.1 billion. Until 2019, the same owner, James Dolan, held the reins of the WNBA's New York Liberty. But, as a businessman, he wasn't interested in holding onto his ownership stake for very long. He candidly admitted that the team was losing him money and even claimed that there were slim prospects of ever turning a profit. Since making those statements, the team has now been passed into the hands of Joe Tsai, the co-founder and executive chairman of Alibaba Group and owner of the Brooklyn Nets. Such shifting ownership scenarios have become relatively common in the WNBA, as the league grapples with the complexities of securing stable ownership and financial backing. Adding to the complexity, WNBA team sales are often kept under wraps, and purchase prices are rarely disclosed to the public. Many WNBA teams are under the ownership of LLCs, corporations, or parent NBA teams, making it difficult for fans and stakeholders to measure the league's true financial health. This lack of transparency only accentuates the challenges that the WNBA faces in terms of financial stability and growth. The WNBA relies heavily on the financial support of the NBA to stay afloat. It's not a matter of gender, it's purely a reflection of market forces at play. The WNBA's financial struggles are not unique. Many new sports leagues have faced obstacles in their early years, but the difference is that the WNBA is supported by the NBA's financial backing. The NBA allows the WNBA to stay afloat despite its losses. It's not a bad thing that the WNBA relies on NBA subsidies. It's a testament to the NBA's commitment to supporting women's professional basketball. It's their choice to allocate resources, and the financial support from the NBA allows talented women to pursue their dreams and make a living playing pro basketball. However, the burden shouldn't solely be on the NBA to carry the WNBA financially. WNBA players, like their NBA counterparts, should focus on growing the league's popularity and appeal to attract more viewers and sponsors. If they want to see their salaries rise, they must work on improving the league's marketability and revenue streams. It's not about demanding more pay, it's about demonstrating the value they bring to the sport. If they can't attract viewership or generate profits, they don't deserve to get paid as much as the players that do. At the end of the day, consumers dictate the market, and in this case, they just don't seem to be interested in watching women's basketball. All we know is that the WNBA players are lucky to be earning the salaries and benefits that they do have, but they don't deserve similar pay to NBA stars until they can bring in equal or better revenue. With female college hoop stars like Angel Reese earning at least 10 times more from NIL deals than WNBA players earn from their salary, do you think it's even worth it to turn pro? Or are feisty college stars like Reese and Caitlin Clark exactly what the WNBA needs? Let us know in the comments section below, and be sure to check out our NIL video here. Thanks for watching.